This company was doing 127 million back in 2006, and this year they're going to do $2 million. Here's some background. And when I spoke with him on the phone, he mentioned that on Zoom, he mentioned that it was mainly because of COVID. And I said, okay, COVID, but COVID was what, 5 or 6 years ago? You know, how is COVID still affecting you? So I said, okay, give me some history. And so he said, well, in 2006, at our height of our business, we did 127 million. In 2019, at the beginning of the pandemic, they were doing 55 million. So I said, well, how is that because of COVID? You lost 72 million before COVID. So how is that because of COVID? Yeah, but then we lost quite a bit. We were doing 55 million. Now we're going to do 2 million. And I said, please explain to me how this happens. And tell me about your team. Who's your team? Well, I have a CFO, and I have an accountant, I have a bookkeeper, and I have a general manager, I have project managers, and I have a full team. But these people are awesome. These are great people. And I go, wait a minute. Please don't use the word awesome or great when describing your team, because you already told me you went from 127 million down to 2 million, right? And how much profit are you making on $2 million? Oh, no, we're not making profit. We're bleeding 337,000 per month. We are bleeding 337,000 per month. And, refinanced a free and clear house, because again, 127 million, they had a lot of assets. So he's been selling assets to support the business. And I go, tell me again how you have a great team. Yeah, but Leo, you got to understand, it's the economy. It's, it's COVID. It's, it's not us. It's the same team that brought me to $127 million. How is that possible? So you have a CFO, correct? So you lost 72 million between 2006 and 2019. How many years is that? 19. So 19 years altogether. So you've been seeing this trend for 19 years. And your CFO didn't catch it, your accountant didn't catch it, your general manager didn't catch it, your bookkeeper didn't catch it, and none of the people in your office caught this. Nobody saw this trend. Yeah, but Leo, again, it's external forces. It had nothing to do with what we're doing. I said, well, with due respect, it has a lot to do with what you're not doing, right? Because obviously the work is still getting done. You just allowed your competitors to get in front of you and to get in front of the work. You allowed your competitors to take your market share. That's clear, isn't it? And he thought for a minute. Are your competitors growing? Well, yeah, they are. But we grew as well. Yeah, but then you lost market share, right? So I think there's a huge disconnect between what you believe is a great team and what I believe is a great team. A great team looks at daily cash flow projections, because you should be doing daily cash flow projections, and you should have seen this miles before you got to the destination. You should have seen this 20 years ago, right? And okay, so tell me who are your team? What are they responsible for, right? Well, we have a marketing manager, and he looks after the pay-per-click campaigns, but that doesn't work anymore, right? So it's not us. The pay-per-click campaigns don't work anymore. Well, I've been saying this for a good 20 years, that at least 10 years, that pay-per-click campaigns are shrinking, right? Shrinking. And if you're depending on pay-per-click campaigns and referrals, then of course this is going to happen. How are you using social media? Oh, Leo, our clients are not on social media. You got to understand, these are major projects, right? So I was blown away that after 20 years, losing more than $125 million in revenue, he still believes he has a great team. I was just floored. And he said he wanted to go ahead and do the forensic analysis so we can see exactly what's going on, to see exactly what these people are doing. Because losing this type of money, losing 300 grand every month, and it's no wonder that the initial call came from the wife, because she had a free and clear house. They had a great life, stressful life as she describes it, but she had a free and clear house. Now it's first they put on the mortgage to keep the company alive. Then they put on a second mortgage to keep the company alive. And they're almost out of the line of credit. And they're still bleeding over 300 grand per month. So what would you tell, if you were me, what would you tell this awesome team? I would love to hear your answer. I'll give you an update once I do the forensic analysis of this business, and hopefully he doesn't change his mind. But how do you think the team is going to feel when he says, hey, we've got an outside consultant coming in? How do you think they're going to feel? Or are they really happy because he keeps blowing smoke up their skirt, right? Because if he tells a stranger that he has a great team, what is he telling them? Well, it's not your fault. There. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, right? Really? Companies are growing. I mean, especially recently with using social media and using artificial intelligence and doing efficiency studies and using all the software to eliminate people in the office or eliminate salaries in the office and become more efficient, right? It looks like he has done none of that. Aside from adapting a pay-per-click campaign, otherwise he would have been bankrupt. But the pay-per-click campaign is just sucking. And then he says, Leo, we've gone through five or six marketing companies. They all suck. None of them know what they're doing. Well, they can only work with what you give them. What are you giving them? How many reviews do you have? Oh, Leo, in our industry, we don't do reviews. Really? In the restoration industry, companies don't do reviews. Really? So what would you say? You're me, you're landing, you call a general meeting, you're sitting in front of the executive team. What would be the first question you ask? Would love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. We'll talk soon. Take care.